Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. Today's video is a 1957 US Mint proof set. Welcome to the channel. You're watching Coins in the Wild, and it's me, Chris, and I've got another video to share with you today. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the 1957 proof set that I recently picked up. I actually took a gamble on this, and I want to show you what I mean. And we will take a look at this on the channel today. This is my 1957 proof set. So this little set of coins is not in the greatest of conditions from all outward appearances on the packaging. And so what I thought I'd do is take a few minutes and just kind of show you. I did pay a little bit better than retail for this. I didn't get a great deal on it, but I definitely paid a little bit better than retail. As you can see in the upper left there, it's got a nice Lincoln cent, 1957 proof. And then right here in the middle, we've got the Roosevelt Dime, 1957, and then we've got the Jefferson Nickel over on the right, 1957 Jefferson Nickel. We have these coins are from the Philadelphia Mint, as you can see there, and then we have the 1957 Franklin half. Well, the reason why I want to make this video and share these 1957 proofs with you is sometimes you got to take a little bit of a chance on some of these coins. You know, the fact is that the most valuable coin in this collection, if it's in excellent proof condition or cameo or deep cameo, is this Franklin $50. But I noticed, and maybe you noticed in this video, that the packaging on this tends to be a bit roughed up. And that's what made me wonder if this was a set worth picking up, because I think it's the outer packaging that's actually in bad shape and not so much of the inner packing. And so I'm going to take a few minutes, and I'm going to actually take the 1957 Franklin $50 out of this collection. We're going to see if it's something that we should send over to PCGS for grading, and if it isn't, we're going to put it in a holder, and then we're going to have set it aside and perhaps just keep it for my collection. So have a look at this, and we'll do that in just a minute here. I'm going to share with you some of my PCGS submissions before we crack out this 1957 Franklin $50. So let's set this down for a moment. I want to share this with you. We will cut it out of the packaging. So earlier on this channel, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I've had several proof sets. This is a 1963 Jefferson Nickel from a Philadelphia Mint proof set, as you can see there. And that's the, let me get it in nice and tight here. That's the, whoops, can I get any closer? No, I can't get closer. Wow. That's the obverse of the coin, as you can see there. And it's a really nice condition, almost cameo. And then here is the reverse. And I'm going to have to be very careful because I put this in the flip, preparing it to be sent off for grading. And there was somebody that told me that they wanted to see these coins and actually see if they were how good a condition they were outside of the packaging. So here's your opportunity, and this is really good condition. So I have them in the 2.5 by 2.5 mylar flips because they are going to PCGS. This nickel seems to be in excellent condition. The truth is that I'm not expecting, and I'm holding my hand here, I'm not expecting these to come back higher than Mint State 66. But I want to do this because this is part of the learning experience, and I think this is something that we all have to keep in mind, is that part of the process of collecting coins is a bit of a learning experience. And so, you know, at times you got to take that leap and you got to send coins in for grading. This is my 1963 Franklin $50 from the same proof set, Philadelphia Mint, 1963. And then let me see if I can turn this around. Okay, okay. Hold on, I'll try to get okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm looking over the iPad as I do this. And there's the reverse of the coin. It's not a full bell lines. It is a very nicely struck coin, but it's definitely not full bell lines. If you look at it there, you can see it looks like type 2. I'm sure the 1963 has got to be a type 2. I can't remember. But you can see the eagle feathers there on the left on the side of the perch. Should be 3 feathers, and yeah, that's exactly what it is. So type 2 on this one. In my 1956 that I bought, I actually bought it because it was sealed, and I'm hoping it is a type 1 set because it was still sealed. It's a bit of a gamble, but it's part of the fun of collecting coins, and I didn't pay too much for the set, so you know, it's going to work out one way or another. Here is my 1962 Franklin half, and then somebody had commented in one of my videos that they thought maybe the Franklin halves were scuffed or something like that. Actually, no, not at all. I think it was Rich Cali 21, and he's a pretty nice guy. He likes to give me a bit of a time, and it's totally okay. He's a good guy. So, Rich Cali, if you're watching, there's a 1962. No marks. This baby's perfect. So, thank you, though, for being observant, and thank you for watching my channel. I do appreciate that. And, you know, I'm learning as I go. So, and I know there's lots of guys on the in the YouTube community that have more experience and have had more ups and downs than I have. And so, more power to them for, you know, knowing what to collect and knowing how to eyeball a good coin grade. I will say this, before I ever decided to send in a coin for grading, I read books, I looked at videos, the PCGS ones, I compared coins that I had to videos, on photo images or photo grades on PCGS's website, and then I looked at a number of different things to try to get a better understanding of what I was actually doing before I was deciding to send my coins off for grading. So I will say that part of it is actually that I educated myself before I decided which ones. So even after I broke things out of packages and stuff, it was actually time to decide if certain ones were worthy to be graded. And to be honest, once I busted them out of the packages, I actually took some out of the ones that I had prepared for grading because I didn't feel they met a good enough standard. So I was selective even with the ones that I initially thought might go in for grading. Even from that, I pulled out 2 or 3 that I didn't think were going to cut the mustard, and that's how it goes. So that's my 1962. Is that 1939 Washington quarter. I don't know if you remember the video on this. I think I did a video on it. 1939 Washington quarter. This is actually in really good condition. I suspect that it needs a bit of conservation, but it's in really, really good condition, and it's quite valuable. This is a coin that's probably, even in the condition that it's in right now, probably $130 to $160 coin right now. And I paid 25 bucks for it. So that's the 1939 Washington, and that's going out for sure. Mercury Dime. As you can see there, that's it. Out of its packaging, much better way to look at it here. It's in super good condition. Definitely mint state coin. I'm suspecting mint state 64. Quote me on that, because this is one that I'm going to follow up on the channel and share with you another time when it comes back. And we're anyways, outside of this Mylar flip, you can tell it looks like it's 99% sure it's full bands. It's really difficult to tell with the glare and with the Mylar flip, but it's definitely there. So we'll have to wait and see when this one comes back. And I'm sorry, I wish I could get a better shot for you, but I just can't. Okay, let's not to worry about that, but let's take a look. We'll keep an eye out for this coin when it returns from PCGS and see what it comes back at. Either way, it's a nice coin. Beautiful Mercury Dime. Really lucky find. Paid only $4 for it. Okay, I want to show you a couple other coins that I'm sending in for grading. I went by that same local coin shop and something really interesting happened, and I want to show you. I found somebody had dumped all these 1943 still cents. The reason why I bought them all is because they're all in mint state condition, all proof-like, and this is really, really strange that somebody would have put these there and just left them. You know, they were in the get rid of bin, and I went through and I thought, wait a minute, initially I saw them and I left and I came back and I'm like, why are those coins sitting there? Doesn't the guy realize that there's some value to these? So I went back and I just bought them all, and they're in fantastic condition. That's the obverse. This one is kind of proof-like. That's why I'm showing you this one. This is the reverse. I'll turn this over. Try not to let them fall out of the flip. Really good looking coin there, as you can see. It's proof-like in the fields. This one's, honestly, it would be close to a cameo, but it's of course it's not. It's a 1943 Lincoln cents. It's a steel coin. So there it is. Nicely done. Okay, so this is my PCGS submission. Now, I'm going to let this video run for a second while I go grab my scissors. And now we're going to cut out this 1957 Franklin half from its packaging. So this is it. This is the 1957 half. I don't know what your thoughts are, but see how yellow and how scuffed up the packaging is? Let's see if the coin itself had any damage. And I'm grabbing one of these coin 2.5 by 2.5 Mylar coin flips because we'll do it together. Because I want to make sure that this coin does not get damaged in the process. So we're going to see. Worst thing that could probably happen is it might need some conservation because it got a little bit of the packaging. Yeah, I think that's it. Because you have to remember these are 90% silver. So, do we have some? We got a little bit of not damage, but a little bit of a need to conserve this coin. We got PVC or plastic on it. See the coin? We got some spotting up there on the left. See that? So this definitely needs a bit of conservation. Hang on here. I'll show you the reverse. So we can do this together. Whoops. There's a reverse, and it too's got some spotting on it. Needs some conservation. So a bit of a gamble. It's about depending where it goes. If it's NGC, it's a bit more affordable. If it goes to PCGS, it's going to be $25 to remove the spotting from the coin. Let me take a quick look at this off camera, and I'm going to see if there's any other spotting that I can see. And there's a bit of discoloration on this coin, and I'll show you. There on the right side next to my fingernail, right over here. See that on the right side of the coin? It's a bit of discoloration in the fields. And then over here on the left next to my thumb, you can see there's several small spots. So yeah, this coin's got a bit of toning on it, a bit of PVC damage, so definitely gonna have to be an investment to decide what to do with this coin because some of that spotting may not be able to be removed. So that was a chance that I took and didn't pay off this time, but you never know. So let me do this. What do I do with my Mylar flip? We're just gonna protect it because part of the problem is that it's been outside of an appropriate holder for some time, and that's why it's kind of mixed up here. So there's the 1957 Franklin half. Had a bit of problem with the last video. I ran out of memory, or at least optimized memory, so I had to restart this last few moments of the segment. So that's that. I'll let you know how it turns out, what I decide to ultimately do with the coin. But I wanted to do one more coin before we cut this video short and give you an opportunity to get back to your day. Take a look at this. We're going to look at the 1957, and we're going to look at the Washington quarter. And actually, it looks like it might be. You can see the fields there. Coin surfaces are not smooth. We all know that. So there's the reflection, and for some reason, the iPad got a really good shot of that. You can see that's where the luster comes from the coin. And you can see the Liberty there on the top, really well done. And then the on the obverse, the In God We Trust. See if I can get a good shot of that. Yep, well struck. And the 1957, and those are some good looking fields. But this coin is in really, really good shape. Yep, really nicely done. So if anything, might have got a decent quarter out of the proof set. So this is Coins in the Wild YouTube. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get this 1957 Washington quarter in a Mylar flip. I want to thank you for watching the channel. Appreciate you being here today. This is a little longer video, but I wanted to share with you my PCGS coin submissions. So thanks again for watching YouTube. We hope you stay tuned and